If I told you how bullish I was, you wouldn't believe it. I have never been more excited about the future of America than I am right now. Right this moment. For a lot of reasons. Number one, like it or not, this guy's getting things done.
This guy meaning President Donald Trump?
Trump. He's a little pissed off at me because I had the audacity to say that on television about a few months ago that I was worried about it, if he won, that he'd engage in retribution. I'm happy to say I'm comfortable he's not doing that. He's acting presidential. I'm impressed with the people he's got around him. I had a nice chat with Kevin Warsh last week, and part of my positivity comes from my discussion with him. And you might have heard him on television. I think the American people are waking up. I think the world is a mess, but I think it's coming more to our direction than it was. I think that strike in Iran had significant symbolic meaning for the world, that America's here, and when our interests are at risk, we're going to do something about it. Look, let me tell you right now, I am sold on Trump. In fact, I'll say this. I think he's got a good shot at going down in history as one of our best presidents ever.
That is a real turnaround because you didn't want to vote for him.
I tell you the reason. I want to tell you, I'm a believer. What I'm seeing happening is absolutely nothing short of a great thing. And there's a beat. People are walking with more bounce in there. It's all around.
I gave you quite a bit of grief.
Huh?
I gave you grief.
You give me grief?
I gave you grief when it was a binary choice. You're still complaining about Trump and it was a binary choice. It's like, are you kidding me?
Knowledge implies one thing. When you made a mistake, admit it.
Okay.
I think this guy is turning out to be a president.
Right.
One of the pilots on that miraculous trip to Iran that we wiped out, whatever the hell we wiped out.
Right.
He said, you're the only guy that in the presidency that would have done what you did. One of the pilots said that.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's probably right. I should get a check, and my wife gets another $1,000 on top of that. Take it away from me. Have the courage to do it. I know it's the third rail of politics, but do it.
Senators voting in the affirmative: Baldwin, Blunt Rochester, Durbin, Heinrich, Hirono.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, yes indeed. Gotta start the show off right. What's going on, family? I hope everybody's having an amazing weekend, that you are blessed, well, and healthy. But as you know, it just gets worse and worse and worse for Democrats. The Democrat Party just digging the hole even deeper. And old Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren. She's finna get destroyed. But I think this is an older interview that I'm just now getting into. But they say Warren is an embarrassment. Elizabeth Warren is an embarrassment. She is in our face communism. Did you pay taxes on the money you received from Big Pharma? Her attitude changed once she was confronted. She is a joke. Lies, lies, and lies again. She is out of touch. My question is, how much tax does she pay? A career politician who is worth millions, just like Bernie Sanders. Oligarchy. Oligarchy. I don't know. Oligarchy. I tell you, boy, you just can't make this up. You just can't. A wealth tax would put more money in her pockets is truly what she wants. She should be kicked out of politics. She missed her points entirely. She is clueless. She hates the truth. Yeah, let's go and jump into this.
those roads and bridges and bring them into the 21st century at the top of the line. We can pay for all of that if we just ask those at the top, pay a little bit more.
Senator, that would take that's a philosophically different approach than taxing income, though, because it's the wealth that people have. The wealth that people have, they've already paid taxes on it as income, and then now they have.
Time out. Time out. Jeff Bezos has not paid taxes on the wealth that he has.
You want to do it every year? You'd have to. Illiquid assets, you'd have to value to charge the wealth tax on it. That's not feasible. These are things that probably aren't going to be practically doable, and philosophically, it's probably not what our forefathers intended in terms of the taxation system. Ken Langone might want it. Ken, what do you think of a wealth tax or
a wealth tax is negative compound interest. That's what it is. You're right. I made all the money. I paid the government what I owed them. What I had left, I put at risk. I could have lost it all. But I paid my share. I have a bigger issue for the senator that I think I would hope she would address that to me is apple pie and motherhood. Senator...
Could we talk about the wealth tax just for a minute before we change subjects here?
Senator, I have an easy one for you, and you're going to be shocked that I'm bringing it up from a fat cat Wall Street guy. How do you rationalize giving me $3,000 a month check every month with all my wealth? Why don't you people have the courage to address entitlements as to what should no longer be an entitlement? I shouldn't get Social Security. Second thing, I pay a minimum alternative tax. I pay a tax no matter what my deductions. I owe the government so much money. Why don't corporations have a minimum tax? Third, what about the carried interest? Why not address that? These are home runs in terms of right versus wrong, in my opinion. I'll give you one example. This is shocking. Take all the corporate taxes paid in America last year as told by the government, what they got in. Home Depot paid 1% of all those taxes. One company that didn't exist 42 years ago. We take good care of our associates. Our vendors love dealing with us. It's profitable. We give back to our community, and by the way, our shareholders have compounded at 27% a year from the day we went public 40 years ago. Everybody has done well, and we've paid full taxes. Why don't you address these? These are slam dunks, Senator. Tell me why I should get a check, and my wife gets another $1,000 on top of that. Take it away from me. Have the courage to do it. I know it's the third rail of politics, but do it.
So let's start with the wealth tax. That's where we were.
You don't want to address the issue. You don't want to address the issue of how I'm getting $4,000 a month from the government and I shouldn't be getting it?
Can I answer some of these questions?
Sure, please.
All right, thank you. So I'll start with the first one, and that was the question about the wealth tax. Remember, let's look at someone like Jeff Bezos, who is worth
Jeff Bezos.
$1 zillion. He has not paid taxes on all of that wealth. Don't describe it that way. In fact, Jeff Bezos, many years, has either paid nothing in taxes or has paid about 1%. Why? Because his income is very, very small. But he continues to grow his wealth through all of his Amazon stock. And how does he then fund a lifestyle like he does? Not by cashing in Amazon stock, but by borrowing against it. Right now, we have a tax system, because it focuses principally on wealth, that actually doesn't capture the folks at the very top. It makes middle-class folks pay, it makes working-class folks pay, but it doesn't make those at the top pay. A wealth tax is an opportunity to say, if you're at the very, very top, you have to make a contribution too.
Senator, I have a question. Isn't it a contract that were made with the American people about our income taxes? By the way, I've gotten so much more money out of Social Security. I'm going to be 86. I beat the charts. I've gotten so much. I've gotten more than my share. We all know one thing. Times change. Times change. My government told me, you pay your taxes, and what's left is yours to do what you want with. You're telling me you want to change it now. You're saying, oh, by the way, we did get your money out of your earnings, but now we want more out of your assets.
Yeah, buddy. You just can't make it up. Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren. What do y'all think of? Oh, Elizabeth Warren. I tell you, man, these politicians, boy. There needs to be term limits and handcuffs. And they ought to walk this heifer out. They should have been walked Pocahontas out of there a long time ago. Long time ago, boy. Just can't make this up, man.